Hello everyone, my name is David Francis. Today we're going to be talking about our 18M, the maintenance on it. The first thing we want to go over is your 18M will come with roller guides on it, 18M and 18HD both. These roller guides are going to be turning at a high rate of speed, so you're going to want some high temperature grease running in them. They're going to be running warm. The next thing you need to know about the roller guides is that over time they'll start wearing in a little bit of a cone shape. Whenever this happens, your blades start tipping up, changing your uplead. You'll have more uplead. On this 1 1/4 blade, you don't want any more than a quarter or a 32nd of an inch uplead. So what you're going to want to do is break this bolt loose right here that's in a slot. Whenever you break this bolt loose, you have 4 adjuster bolts, 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. You can change the tip of your blade with that. You know, if you need it to go down lead, you're going to run the roller down in the front. So you'll tighten this bottom or top bolt, loosen the bottom. The same way if you need to bring it up lead, you can loosen the top, tighten the bottom. I do a combination of all 4. I'll loosen this top one, tighten the bottom, loosen the bottom, tighten the top. That way it's pivoting the whole guide. In order to check it, there's 2 ways that are real convenient for doing so. You want to get right in between the 2 teeth in the gullet. You can take a 5/8 nut, put on either side, put your 6-inch mark dead center of the blade. Then you can come with a straight edge underneath it. You measure up to the top of that straight edge on the front and go back to the back, and you want no more than a 30-second uplead. I often, if I'm out in the field and I don't have the straight edge with me, I will check my rail, and if it's dead level, I can come right here and look at the blade, and it should be just a little closer to the front than dead level. On the inside edge of the guide, there's another bolt with a jam nut on it. You can break that loose. If your blade's running a little too far out on the guide, you can slide the whole guide out or the whole guide back in. You just want it to not be riding on the set of the teeth. Alright. Next, the drive wheels for their blade are mounted on spindles that go through these 2 pillow block bearings. They're also high speed. You're going to need a high speed high temperature grease for those as well. I would grease them every day, 1 or 2 pumps a piece. Tensioning your drive belts. This is about the deflection you're going to want right here. No more than a 1/2 inch. Loosen up the 4 bolts holding your engine down, and you have an adjuster bolt right here. Loosen this nut, tighten the one on the inside. That'll shove the engine to the right, tightening the belts. Once you've got your tension correct, lock everything back down again. On your engine maintenance itself, on page number 6 in the Honda Owner's Manual, it'll give you the timetable for changing your oil, servicing your spark plugs, your air filter. You'll want to change it the first time in the first 20 hours, and then every 100 hours or every 6 months after that, whichever comes first. Your raise and lower system right here, you've got this brake handle, pull it back, turn the handle, you can lower it, raise it. You'll want to keep your raise and lower chains oiled. You can take some nice lithium grease, spray them down once a week. Try to keep them from getting caked up to sawdust. You've got your pillow block bearings here. They're not running at a high rate of speed, so regular grease will work fine with them. But if you're like me, you just want to keep one type of grease around. Make sure it's high temperature for your high temperature thing. Your raise and lower shafts. Grease them every day. You've got a grease fitting right in through here. Grease them, fill them up, and then move the head up and down so that it greases the shaft. If you're not going to be running it a while, go ahead and grease it up really good, run it up, squirt some more in it, run it all the way to the bottom, get it coated good with grease. Otherwise, if it's sitting outside, it could rust up and cause you problems moving the head up and down. Alright, here you've got the same adjustments that you have on your pull wheel. This is the idler side. You can change the tip of your blade up and down by loosening these 4 nuts. If you need to move it just a little, I'd just choose 2 of the nuts on the one bearing. Either tip your wheel down or up. If you need to adjust the tracking, you've got these 2 bolts right here on both sides that will bring the wheel in or out, side to side. If you need to bring the blade back on the wheel, you tighten the bolts. If you need to bring the blade out on the wheel, you loosen the bolts. Your blade tension, you've got a nice little indicator right here. That tells you whenever you've got the proper tension on the blade. It's going to be about 25,000 pounds per square inch on an 1.25 blade with a tensionometer. You can release the tension of the blade right here. Tighten it back up. Okay, your indicator's nice and lined up. There's a grease fitting right down here to grease that key handle for the tensioner. Keep that nice and slicked up. Removing your blade, you'll release your blade tension. Take it all the way off. Remove both doors and then the blade. You can reach in here, pull it off, and then right out through between the post of the carriage and the head. Then run your blade right back in, put it on, tighten it up. Then spin your wheel. And you'll want to see that blade running flush with the back edge of that wheel. I like to take my level and put it on right on the front of the shaft on the bushing and make sure both of them are matching with each other. If they're not, if you're having tracking issues and they're not matched with each other, that's the first place to start. Moving your pistons. You can take it out. There's 2 shorts and 2 longs. You've got 4 locations you can put them on here. From time to time, these will get knocked out of square. You have a bolt, you have 3 bolts here you can loosen up. Take that straight edge of the square, bring it over here and run it up beside it. And knock it back into place with a rubber mallet and retighten everything down. Make sure you keep these threads lubricated with something so they don't stick. The same way with these clamps. Got a little T-handle here. Run it in to clamp against the log. I like to keep some nice anti-seize or some grease on those threads. Makes them work a lot easier. Once you're down to a square, you'll probably want to quit using this one and go to your little clamp. Slide that over against it, right at the bottom edge. This is on a cam, so as soon as you turn it up, it'll force this point right into the edge of the square. Maintaining them is really simple. They're easy to maintain, not a lot to it. And as long as you keep them working good, great little machine.